All the timber's machined up for the door frame. I've got 2 legs and a head. This is the sill. As the legs and the head are laminated together, although I've got a nice tight glue joint, which is very difficult to see, once this is either stained or varnished, that glue line here will become more noticeable, which I don't want. I want to give the impression that it's just one solid piece of timber. The way I'm going to compensate for that is to rotate my timber to make sure that the glue line is on the inside edge of the door frame. That way my exterior face and interior face will just look solid timber. And once I've got my rebate on for the doors to fit in, this glue line is going to be hidden inside the rebate. I also need to machine on a groove and a channel for the weather seal. With it being an exterior door, I don't just want to rely on the rubber seal to give me a weather tight joint between the 2 doors. You need to allow for any strong winds or adverse weather. So, which is why I'm going to also machine a drip groove in, so any water that does penetrate and get past the rubber seal, it won't be able to track into the interior properly. It's going to hit this drip groove, run down the frame onto the sill and back outside. Next step is to jump onto the spindle molder, cut the rebate, which will be a 12mm rebate for the doors to go in, and then machine the groove and the grip channel for the weather seal. Spindle molder's all set up and I've got my rebating block on. The doors are 44mm in thickness, but I need to cut a deeper rebate than that to allow for my weather seal. So I'm actually going to cut a 48mm rebate. By the time the weather seal's on, that's going to put me back down to a 44mm rebate for the doors. European oak is renowned for splintering. I'm going to run a shallow pass, which is going to be at most 2mm in thickness, and then I'm going to run my final 10mm groove. I've got all my stock machined up now, the rebate's on. I've got the weather seal groove and the drip groove cut. The weather seal is going to fit in on the face and the doors are going to finish flush up there, pushing against that seal. This is also my drip groove or my drip channel, so any water that does make it past the rubber seal runs into this groove, hits this shoulder and then runs down the leg of the frame, and it doesn't track inside. Once it gets to the bottom of the frame, it's going to be forced back outside by the threshold seal on the sill. I've also made up the sill itself. So this is the interior side and exterior side. My seal on the leg is going to fit right here on this side of the groove. I've then got my threshold seal fitted here. My weather seal of the frame will go on this side, so any moisture that does go down is going to run down this front section of the threshold seal and back outside. Just to make sure I've got a nice tight seal on the bottom of the door, I do also fit an additional seal which goes on here. That's going to be running under the bottom edge of the door, so any drafts that do make it past this seal, I've got a secondary seal here waiting to stop any wind or moisture or anything getting in.